Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here with me right now. Welcome to the Advancement Center here in Santa Barbara, where the weather is playing with us. The sun comes out, the sun goes behind a cloud, but it's lovely. And as I look at the background that you're looking at right now with this great big rock surrounded by beauty, colorful flowers, trees, hills, I'm feeling a lot of joy at this time. This Christmas weekend has been and is still brimming with gifts. Gifts of nature, gifts of friendship. And Simeon's message on Christmas Day was thrilling. Our dear friend in Costa Rica texted me right afterward and said, "Thank you for this beyond wonderful gift of divine essence." And then she included a picture of two beautiful wings. And her caption was, "As you can see, these wings are left, but I am blown away." So we got a chuckle out of that one. But that's what's been happening. Simeon gives us the absolute, the truth. It connects with us and it shows us the divine essence that we are carrying. And then David gifted us with his broadcast on Boxing Day, which I shall treasure. His essence spoke directly to us all. In fact, I was so moved by David that I quoted him on my invitation on Facebook today. How wonderful to have this platform where millions of people around the globe can read David's words. And here they are. As a steward of life with patience comes compassion. With compassion comes empathy. And with empathy comes a new perspective. Thank you, David. We've all been given this new perspective from which to live and breathe and have our days so much more full than they ever have been before. It's interesting because Facebook has become my own instrument of connection, understanding others, providing messages of love and true friendship. And just this morning, I shared my thrill of seeing a spectacular dawn, and responses came flooding back. And now I'm going to try and see if I can retrieve this view. I practiced several times. So let's see. I go like this, like that. There it is. Okay. Ooh, there. And what woke me up this morning was a brand new picture And I'll share it with you, which got me outside to take this picture. So, isn't it wonderful to share beautiful, wonderful, happy experiences with each other? Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I almost see Facebook as a wholesome neighborhood. And one of the posts had a video of a very, maybe a baby on a mother's lap listening to Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Why there was the video, I don't know. But I guess someone wanted to see how this baby would respond to this piece. And the baby listened, and that was the soul of that one listening and feeling and transmitting the joy of that music. Now, I read the responses, and boy, did they reveal where people are coming from today. I won't go into those. But you see the disparity. Those that hear, those that see, those that feel are not in those responses. So that was interesting for me this morning. Yeah. That little baby had tears running down his cheek. He was so moved. Right. So I wanted to make sure I told you about that because I'm always being told how much people enjoy what I post. Yeah. Whenever I can find something positive, why not? And what's happened is that I've connected with other people who put positive, wonderful posts. So this is a world within a world and has really very much nothing to do with the management of Facebook. We're just using it. I think that's fabulous. Okay, what came to me this morning, which woke me up and delighted me and got me out to take that photograph, was I had an image. Do you remember those globes? Those globes, I think they were paperweights. And maybe there was a snowman in it, but it was a glass bowl on a wooden platform. And maybe there was a snowman and you could turn it upside down and the snow came. And I saw it. It was so clear. I saw this paperweight globe on a huge desk with people who are managing the world. They manage the weather, they manage the news, education, music, all information spreading fear. And it's all encapsulated in this ball, this paperweight. And if we can see this, we are not in it. We may be looking through a glass screen right now at this moment, But from our elevated platform of living up here, we can see and view that globe as the world, the play world. Do you remember walking down the halls of your elementary school? I do. I remember seeing, in case of fire, break the glass. So we are here. We have broken the glass of illusion, and we celebrate our return, our reunion, our recognition of our family. Now, I have a wonderful story to tell you about what happened after David's broadcast yesterday, and that is that my daughter and her husband and their son came to visit. It was the first time in the year 2020 because they got pulled into that COVID theatrics. So we all wondered, well, what is this going to be like? And it was wonderful. It was wonderful because we all felt and saw how our love that permeates this whole place welcomed them, embraced them, and they felt the love. And we had a magnificent afternoon together, visiting, laughing. Kevin had never been here before. He was thrilled. And they gave me this beautiful gift of what I'm wearing right now. They also gave us another gift, which I want to share with you. And obviously, these are people who think outside the globe, the paperweight. These are farmers who grow produce, fresh, beautiful, not so, well, I'll get to that. Fresh, wonderful vegetables. However, some vegetables will be passed over by the stores, the grocery stores, the big chains. They want pretty food. They want to sell a lot of food. But these farmers know the value, the nutritional value of these vegetables, and they're being overlooked. So they have started a company called Imperfect Foods. And that was an amazing gift that Debbie gave to us. So she told us that every other Monday, we will be receiving a box of imperfect, nutritious, delicious vegetables grown on a farm and not having gone through any other hands but the guy who delivers the box. And as I thought of it, I said, well, that's another dream that just came true, because I've dreamt about, wouldn't it be wonderful if we lived next door to a farm and we could go and pick these great vegetables and make wholesome, nutritious meals. And here it is, another gift. Only this gift will be coming every other week from now on. So that just gives me so much pleasure to give you the good news of what's going on. I wrote a few notes because there's so much to remember. But as I transcribed Simeon's message, I thought I had heard it. And when I transcribed it, my understanding and my absorbing it was so much deeper and penetrating. And I really feel very different, extremely different. There's a power to hearing the absolute truth. And that each and every one of you can experience this with us is fabulous. It's wonderful. Let's see what else I have here. I have so many. Well, the one thing that touched me deeply, as a matter of fact, at the end of my transcribing, I don't know how late it was, maybe 10:30 at night, I was compelled to send it to David and Genya because I loved it so much. And I know you've heard Simeon. I know you've watched Simeon's recording. And here is his last paragraph of that message. We bring you everything that is needed, but we also bring you everything that you stored with us and the brilliance that we know will appear in your world to demonstrate what you have given us to deliver at the time and in the appropriate manner that you wish. And that wish is not because of circumstance. That is the wish from your origin, from your source, from that divine essence that we experience today. There's a brilliance in everyone, but more so when everything arrives at once. The sparkle appears in everyone, and the light shines in the eyes of every person, and you start to see your best friend, your newest associate, or simply a passerby as the divine essence that registers recognition beyond all things. So, on this occasion, I leave you with a special boost that can only be felt from the outer reaches of the universe. And that boost is our version of our divine essence. And he ended with, thank you once again. I am Simeon. It's very precious. Thank you. Thank you for being here so I have the opportunity to share. And now, time for a journal reading. And you realize I just put it in there and then I see what happens. No controlling, just deep appreciation. This is what I wrote. I'm in a new journal, a different color. Dear Simeon, when I edited Dragon's transcript, I heard and felt so much more, and tears welled up in this new understanding. The four of us had a lovely Christmas dinner. At the end, Robert began to speak. And this was the final key in the locks in my door when he said, "Why can't we say Jesus? God." I have always remembered being a very little girl growing up in Brooklyn with my brother, mother, and dad. And Lord knows how I managed to have this with me, but this was the little girl. Where are we? Over here. Yeah. Yeah. I keep her on my desk to remember the authenticity of being a child. That means a lot to me because she has many messages for me. So when we visited relatives in Philadelphia, my cousin took me to her Sunday school in a church, and I heard stories of Jesus. And all I wanted was to sit at his feet and listen to his stories. But my family were non-observant Jews. Yeah. So I long to hear your words. And then I put the quotation marks. And this is what Simeon wrote. Now you know that your true story is that you have never been away from Jesus. You were there with us 2,000 years ago and are still fulfilling your role as you read my words. This time, your journey was a circuitous one, with a marriage at 18, becoming a mother of 3, and followed by years of experiences working with people in so many settings and always seeking to create a better and kinder environment for everyone. You changed the charting system in the hospital where you were working, where every patient's chart featured their deficits and weaknesses. You spoke at a colloquium of hospital staff and made your case for new charting featuring the patient's strengths, assets, and abilities upon which to build. You were given free rein, and you took them to achieve positive changes from a geriatric division of mostly custodial care with no real reason to get up in the morning to a point in time when everyone was up, showered, dressed, had breakfast, and ready for the first activity by 9 o'clock. You had trained the entire staff to run activities like sensory awareness, crafts, and a wonderful drop-in center, to name a few. You were never alone. We have been watching over you. You followed your spirit and truly found your future in Australia, where you met Robert. And you have only just begun. Wow. I have so much more to share. And I'm realizing that so much is about to happen with each and every one of us transmitting what we know to be true with the rest of the people. And if they accept it, grand. If they don't, they will sometime in the future. I just looked at the time, and I don't want to hold you too long. But I must share this with you. Because it touched me so deeply. I know it will touch you. And because it's so vibrant and loving, it bears a second telling. It's called Newborn. Beautiful, beautiful. Everything is beautiful. At the core of each being is a beauty that can be seen and that can be felt through the divine light of God, where every layer is peeled back to reveal that all is one. Christ and the Christ consciousness came so that the war with life, the war with creation, the war with your creator, and most importantly, the war with yourself would end. It is happening, and you are seeing the radiant smiles on the faces and in the hearts of all humankind, even in the midst of all the chaos. We are witnessing the birth of everything, each person, each piece of nature, every plant, flower, and animal, all the oceans, the sky, the sun, and the atmosphere, for they are all conscious with a knowing of their true nature. This new birth can be physical, of course, but mostly I am speaking of the new birth can be physical. But I am speaking of the new birth that is occurring within all life that has already been here. That incredible moment of realization that appears in a heart at the most random time and the most perfect time. Simply put, this new birth is a remembering, a coming back from amnesia, and the joy that is felt by all is overwhelming. This inner transformation leaves one vulnerable, for somewhere within themselves, they know that they must leave the comfort of the old and walk into the mystery of the new. Thank you, David. There is more, but you can hear it on the recording. There is more. And the best part is that we are experiencing the more together. Thank you so much for giving me this moment to share with you all that is, and wish you perfect life, perfect health, and a grand new future. Thank you.